Hello everybody, right, so we're back. Let me just try and get a up here. So we're back with this trade. Oh, where's that gone? Holy moly. Let's get that on there. Do the old doobie, what's it? There you go. So, going to break down this trade that I took. London session, 5th of September on pound dollar. Sorry, I've just eaten a croissant. So, targeting these highs. Hopefully we hit that in a second. There we go. So, yeah. So just hit target on this. So let's explain this. Let's break this down. I think EU's probably done the job as well. Yeah, there we go. So EU, have we taken out those highs? So I don't know if you watched the last video I did, the one before this one, where I was talking about these highs here getting taken, and you know, in hindsight, obviously it's easy to say, yeah, I should have kept holding up to here, and would have been a nice trade. But I think this was a good trade, and I was happy to get out where I did. But yeah, now we've gone and taken out these highs. So yeah. But let's break down GU. So GU, I'm still currently bullish. I'm thinking we can come up to these sort of levels. I'm thinking we can come up to these sort of levels in here. So I'm still seeing, you know, that we're inside of here, which is kind of why we got the pullback, and then now we're getting the continuation. But I still think we can come up to here. So we obviously had this build up here, which we took out, and then we got the pullback. So everybody's thinking we're short for London, and then what happens is we go push bullish again. So rather than try and get caught in the shorts, I was looking at this as it's a pretty simple trade, really, just a continuation. But you know, we took out these highs up here. You know, we had this big build up of liquidity. Looking at this as I think we go to the 15. Yeah, this is this 15-minute strong low right here. And this big push down was just a retracement to come and take out this liquidity here. Now I didn't know whether price was going to come into here and then give me something and then take that trade, or whether price was going to sweep all of this into this 1 minute imbalance in here. I didn't know that, but when I was watching the chart, I saw that we took out this liquidity here, we swept this low again, and then we ran this high. So that was enough confirmation for me to say, okay, now we're bullish. Now we're gonna, you know, now it's enough for me to take the risk on this trade. So pretty simple. You know, we came in to fill this imbalance. We came in to fill this imbalance in here. It gave me a setup, and I took the trade, and yeah, and this was the target here. And we've just taken it out and started to pull back. So, you know, this is why the targets are quite important once we take out this liquidity, because I could keep holding up to, you know, these sort of levels up here, and maybe catch like a 10-15 hour trade like this. So I could do something like that and keep on holding, but the reality is what's probably going to happen is this is probably going to get taken as liquidity, because now we've taken out this liquidity here. You know, price is well within its rights to see these as equal lows, and maybe we do something like that before we push higher. So another good trade, pretty pleased with this one. Pleased with the one I took on EU, and yeah, very happy with those two trades. But yeah, just to give you a breakdown of you know, sometimes when you start to see this and you think, ah, we've got Asia high, you know, we've had this run of liquidity here, so we've trapped all these sellers, you know, prices come and swept it again, and then you get this move and you start to think, okay, we took out all these sellers, price, you know, could come into somewhere like this and we could start to short from here. You know, now we're starting to go short, so you could start seeing it like that. But I think this is where it's best not to get lost on the lower time frames, because if you're just on the lower time frames looking at this direction here thinking, okay, now we're going to go bearish, you're going to get trapped a lot. Whereas if you zoom out a little bit and you see what's really happening, you know, you see what's, you know, where are we at this point, where are we, you know, we're in the middle of nowhere, and it just makes sense to come up, you know, at least to these sort of levels. So yeah, but you know, just zooming out and having a look at the bigger picture will stop you from getting caught in these in what people think is a pull or start of a reversal when it clearly wasn't. So that's GU. So there's 2 trades I've showed. Pretty pleased with it. I should journal them and keep going, see what happens. But I'm sure there's going to be some losses coming soon, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's it. Take it easy, and I'll catch you again soon. Goodbye.